Yeah. That's good. Yo,
Yo,
how
what's
you
good?
doing?
Chilling.
Can you hear me clearly?
What's going on? Yep.
Okay, cool. Just got home from chilling with Kaya and shit.
Right.
Honestly, trying to get this review done on time so I can watch me some Power and get fucked up tonight. By the way, did you see the new episode of Bel Air? You said what?
That's what's up.
Did you see the new episode of Bel Air?
I'm gonna watch that tonight.
Oh man, I can't wait to see your reaction.
What happened now? What
All,
what
all,
ha-
all, all I'm gonna say is that
Mhm.
nigga Carlton about to start blowing some shit up. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh man, good old Colton, huh?
And then Jazz is in his feelings and shit.
Yep. Jazz need to get over that shit. If she fucking you, why you care about the next nigga? You know, I don't understand that. You worried about the ex? The nigga's an ex for a reason. You
But
know.
yeah, I cannot wait to see the reaction and shit.
Wow. That's what's up.
Okay,
I'm
let me
checking
get
out
my shit.
Power.
I was like, the weather's getting more hot, so I went to turn my AC to cool and shit.
Yeah, it is. Chevalier.
That was a dope. You said what?
I was watching something.
That was a dope review you did last night.
Yeah, so what? Niggas missed it because they probably felt like, yo, what happened to Reg? Why he's not live? Reg got banned for a week, so if niggas missed it, then they
Yeah,
missed it.
in case you are wondering, YouTube banned me because I wanted to watch soap operas on live and shit. Because YouTube
Crazy.
sucks.
Yeah. Wow.
But they have little girls.
I'm about to
They have little, they have little girls dressed up like Kardashians. I'm the one that gets banned.
right?
Me, me, I'm the one that gets banned.
Crazy.
I might make the most offensive YouTube video ever and shit.
Oh boy, not the most offensive.
The most offensive. We'll start this in about 10 more minutes. Whew. At least tomorrow's gonna rain tomorrow and shit.
Right.
Hey Wi-Fi, I'm not here for your bullshit today. I'm really not here for your bullshit today. Mind you, this is a new Wi-Fi I'm trying out. Come on. Every time I'm doing something, it's not responding every fucking time. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
You got the schedule for next week?
Yep.
A lot of interesting albums next week.
Yes. Silk. Was that the first album from Silk?
Yes.
Okay.
Numero uno.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, I was like, it's been a good while since we did a decade. You, me, and Ash.
Right. When is the collection?
By the way,
I mean the albums. Was it part? We up to part 8 now?
yeah, part
Part
8.
8. When is that?
Part 8. I want to say I said that was Tuesday.
Oh,
That's
Tuesday?
the same day. Yeah, the same
Okay.
day as the Silk review. We're just gonna do all that shit together.
Right. Rolling Stones under my thumb or Street Fighter, man. You gotta ask Reg that. I'm not into Rolling Stones like that.
I'm gonna have to go with Street Fighting Man because that was like a more hard rock song. Yeah, I saw on Sam's Facebook he was listening to some girl's album. Very dope album and shit. I love that album.
Tell you.
Huh?
Nice. Say that's that. Yep.
I'm over here. I've been watching like off Welcome Back.
Welcome
You
back,
said,
Carter.
yeah, I've been watching
Classic.
that show. You love that show?
Classic show. Yeah.
Okay, cool. We can probably talk about that in the summertime and shit.
Yeah, it's a great show. Definitely liked it.
You know what I never liked about the show besides that last season?
Mm.
I hated Carter's jokes in the beginning and the end. Have I ever told you about my uncle's such and such. I'm like, nigga, what?
Wow.
And it would be like the same joke. He just retells that
Man.
shit. But that show went through like so much
I don't even remember
backstage.
the jokes he used to say.
That's that's the point.
I don't even remember the jokes he used to say. It's crazy.
Okay, so we can do Welcome Back Carter this summertime and shit.
All right.
Maybe I can get Mike on that shit.
Right. I'll be there. Shit, don't answer. I don't plan on answering them, Sam. I really want to block his ass right now.
Yeah, you guys are funny. You guys are funny.
Gil Scott Heron or Charlie Parker?
That's a very
Who's
good question.
I got Gil Scott.
Same. The revolution would not be televised.
No, it's being televised right now though. It's being televised right now.
You gonna see that Super Mario movie?
Yeah, I'm gonna see it. I don't know if I'm gonna go watch it this week, but I'm definitely go check it out. It's already making money. I mean, like 67 million last night or something.
Oh wow.
So it's gonna easily break 100 million.
I want to give a special shout out to Ashley for getting me this fucking album.
So are you showing us the album now or no?
I can show it to you. Look.
Who's that? Oh, Two Live Crew. Okay.
Yeah, she got me this shit.
Wow. Dope.
This is your first time hearing this album today, right?
Yep.
What are you up to? So it's get like. So what you thinking?
Mm, I don't know. I don't know what
Well,
I'm
well. Usually you say you will have your dinner and shit like that. So I don't see you have no dinner.
Yeah.
So maybe
Supposed
there's
to
some
get me.
songs. Maybe there's some songs that you like from this album. Maybe.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Uncle Luke.
All right. I'm ready to start whenever you are, boss.
All right, let's go.
All right. What's up, you two? How's everyone doing this lovely Thursday night? It's your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy Try with me.
What up?
And before I start, I want to get a few announcements in. So I mentioned this last night, but we're gonna start doing this thing called Artist Sundays, where we pretty much like go through the discography. Because you know how sometimes like we do a review, we just like to go through album consecutively and shit
Right.
like that. I'm just like, you
Mhm.
know what? We've done like a lot of the great reviews on Sunday and
Right.
shit like that too. So why not just do every Sunday, focus on like that one artist and shit too. You know what I'm saying? So now it has an official name now, and these next Sundays we're doing Shalamar's discography. You know what I'm saying? So stay tuned this Sunday at midnight where we talk about the Big Fun album. Really cannot wait to
Mhm.
talk about that. All right, now without further ado, let's get into the review album we're going to talk about. Two Live Crew with their third album, As Nasty as They Wanna Be. This album came out February 7th, 1989, under Luke Records, which was actually under Atlantic Records. It came out with four singles: Me So Horny, Come On Babe, The Fuck Shop, and Coolin'. Two Live Crew consists of members, um, of course, Uncle Luke, Fresh Kid Ice, Mr. Mix, Brother Marquise, and that's it. All right, so you know how we always do. How did you get into Two Live Crew?
I know the song "Me So Horny" and I remember seeing that video. Remember seeing the album. I used to like pass the the record stores, and they used to have like the album cover for this album, up in the windows, and seeing you know Luther Campbell at that time, and everybody decked out in the Miami Hurricanes gear, and you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Um, I never was into their music though. That whole Miami bass thing was not for me. Um, I remember the trial though. I remember the trial that he had with you know, the freedom of speech for the artists, and he won the case, and it was like a big thing on the news, and that was a
100%.
big thing. That was a big thing for artists. You know what I'm saying? Because if it wasn't for him, really, like if he had lost that case, there'd be a lot of artists right now that would have to censor themselves. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think the hip hop is from the streets. I don't think censoring our culture is the move, and he won the case, and I give him all the respect for that. You know what I'm saying? Like even when they told him that he wasn't gonna win, and he still won. Now it's like a major victory for hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And it's only right. This country is built off freedom of speech, and I think all artists should be able to say whatever they want to say on record. You ain't got to listen to it. You know what I'm saying? But it's their right to say whatever, whether they want to be positive, whether they want to be negative or whatever. That's their right. You know what I'm saying? So he won that case, and you know um he did a lot for the game. You know what I'm saying? He's a veteran. I give him that. You know I I like the fact that I mean we know about the beefs he had with Dr. Dre and Kid and Play. I remember hearing that Face the Nation album, and hearing the Next Question join, and they dissing Luke on the Next Question track on that
Classic
album,
this.
and then yeah, and then when the Chronic came out, and hearing that whole that intro and shit, and they dissing Easy E and Uncle Luke and all that, it was crazy. And you know he's a legend. That's doing that. Um, but I wasn't into the bass music thing. And I got a lot of family all over Florida. They in Miami, they in Orlando, Tampa, they all over down there. Just I think that's a Miami thing. You know what I'm saying? Like New York
Yeah.
niggas couldn't get into that. We couldn't get into all that, Doodle Brown and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
listening to this album, this is the very first album I've ever listened to from Two Live Crew. I never listened to this shit before until today. You know, um, we're gonna talk about it. It's interesting. But I
Yeah.
think because of the nasty lyrics on this album, that's why he had to win the case. Because imagine this album coming out and it was like PG. They win the records with songs like "If You Believe in Having Sex" and "Me So Horny" and "My Seven Bezos" and shit. So I think he had to win that case in order for them to come out with an album like this. You know what I'm saying? And then many
Right.
other artists, after that. So Just because I don't listen to him, it doesn't mean he's not a legend. He's a legend. He's done a lot for Miami bass music and for freedom of speech. So you know, that was my introduction to him. And his daughter, one of his daughters, I think her name is Cree. She's on Growing Up Hip Hop.
Yeah.
Um, like well, the current season just ended, but she was on I think she was like season 6, season 7 of Growing Up Hip Hop.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, dope story. Um, I got into Two Life Crew. I don't have an exact moment, but there was like songs that Luke done with like other rappers,
Hmm.
like with Biggie mentioned, and he had this one song in the late '90s. I think it was called like "Raise the Roof." You know what I'm saying? The video had like Q, Flex, all them niggas and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a pretty cool song. Like I said, I'm not the biggest guy when it comes to like Miami bass music too. I personally feel like it's an acquired taste to some people. You know what I'm saying? What's up? What's up, Killer Tape? What's up, Christian?
Killer was good.
Yeah, man. But I do respect. I do feel like this is the only album from Two Life Crew I can really just call it a classic status. I know a lot of the Miami heads they prefer like the first two albums and shit like that, which I try to get into those. It was I. It was I. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, it's not my cup of tea. But at
Right.
the same time, with this album, songs like "Me So Horny," "Dick Almighty," you know what I'm saying? Just set the whole template. Just broke the whole template. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to like exotic raps and shit too. You know what I'm saying? So,
When
like I said, like
when you think of Miami, and if you had like top 3 or top 5 artists from Miami, is he on your list?
mm, there's not a lot of cats from Miami. You know what? I will put him. I will put him on the list. You know what I'm saying? Just for his legend status. You know what I'm saying? But at the
Right.
same time, in terms of lyricism, mm, call me crazy, but I got Rick Ross over. You
That's
know,
why I asked you because when I think Miami, I mean Luke is a legend. When I think of Miami, I think of Ross and Trick Daddy. You know,
ugh,
um,
daddy, yeah.
even Trina. But I mean, I'm not a Trina fan, but she is from down
I'm,
there. So
I'm not a Trick Daddy fan either, like that.
see, and I like Trick Daddy more than Uncle Luke. I like a lot of his records.
Right. But yeah, like what compared to like other Southern hip hop groups like Outkast, Goody Mob, Little Brother, I would even throw in Arrested Development. Yes,
Mhm.
I fuck with some Arrested Development. You know what I'm saying? But Two Live Crew, they're not the most lyrical. They're not like the most thought provoking, but they were the most funnest. If that makes sense. You know, I can listen to them. I know, like when we talked about Country Grammar from Nelly, I know what I'm getting myself into
Right.
and this shit like that. You know, even though you don't care for Nelly,
I
I know
didn't.
that.
I didn't know what I was getting myself into when I heard that.
But yeah, let's talk about Two Live Crew.
But yeah.
So for those who don't know who Two Live Crew are, they were a group from hailing from Miami, Florida. You know what I'm saying? Um, they originally started off with David Cobbs, who was like the DJ mix, Brother Marquise, and Fresh Kid Ice. Luke didn't really come into the picture because Luke was originally like a DJ. He was like a hype man at that time too. You know what I'm saying? And he came into the picture just wanting to break them out. You know, he was just breaking records and shit too. So he got with Two Live Crew, and he pretty much invited them over. You know what I'm saying? They played their first show like in Pat Jam. Oh, by the way, you know I always gotta show y'all, but in case y'all want to know more shit, They talked about this album in this book right here. You know what I'm saying? Check the Technique Volume One. I talked about this book daily, so I'm
Mhm.
not even gonna go back to it. You know what I'm saying? But Volume One is kind of disappointing because they skipped over a few tracks. I
Right.
prefer Volume Two, but that's another story for a different day. But yeah, man. So they got a good following when it came to Miami, like the Miami and like the South and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And so they pretty much drops some like their first singles, like What I Like, Throw the D, and it was very influential because the fact that not only was it like the pioneering Miami bass, Miami bass, excuse me, but at the same time you had hip hop's first taste of international flavor because Fresh Kid Ice, yes, the late great Fresh Kid Ice, he was an Asian rapper. He was like the first Asian rapper to gain the
He,
notoriety.
he was probably the best lyricist on here on this album.
I agree. I agree.
Like listening to the tracks as some of the tracks were crazy, but he had some. He reminded me of like how '80s rap sounded.
Yeah,
When you hear Uncle Luke and then when you hear him, it's a contrast.
definitely. All right. So Luke liked what he heard. He loved the success that was happening with the group, and he pretty much gave himself the title as not only the hype man but the manager. And this will prove to be a blessing and a curse for years to come. But we're not really gonna get into that. Excuse me. We're not gonna get into that part right yet. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, my fault. Had some liquor earlier, just now getting in my system. But yeah, so Two Live Crew dropped their debut album. The Two Live Crew was what we are in 1986. Yeah, this was known for songs like "Hey, we want some pussy." Hey, like it was known for songs like that. Throw the D. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's an influential album when it came to the whole Miami Vice. Why do I keep saying Vice? Miami bass. Damn it! All right, it was a very influential album, but at the same time, you know me. I mean, I'm not like the biggest Miami bass fan,
Mhm.
but there was tracks I did like from that album. Then they dropped their second album in 1988 called Move Something. That was a more successful album. You know what I'm saying? They started getting a bit more commercial status. And what was interesting about that album was they were sampling like a lot of rock songs, like which would
Yeah.
prove successful when it came to this album as well too. Like they sampled the people from Queen to the Kings and shit like that. Mind you, this was before De La Soul released 3 Feet High and Rising and shit too. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. But I think that was becoming the sound. And you had Run DMC do it and Beastie Boys, you
right.
know, um, Two Live Crew. It was becoming the sound of, '80s rap. That's why like '80s rap is different from '90s rap. You know what I'm saying? There's two different sounds for that decade, you know what I'm saying? But I think the production on here was good. They used a lot of familiar samples too from rock artists.
They did. He was definitely a lot of familiar samples and shit. So, but yeah, man. And with the sales exceeding, controversy started happening because of the fact that people were just upset by the sexual explicit lyrics, and the real controversy didn't really happen until in Alabama there was a record store clerk that sold a copy of the Move Something album to an undercover police officer, and the undercover police officer arrested the record company for liable for obscenity over music. However, the charges were later dropped, which again, it should have been dropped for the first time because these motherfuckers is doing his fucking job and shit. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
yeah, man. But we'll talk more about that. And so, as they were getting ready to release the next album, the As Nasty as They Want to Be, they had dropped their first single, Me So Horny, which again, that was a very controversial song, which we'll talk about. You know what I'm saying? And this is around the time when a lot of the labels started putting the parental advisory stickers on certain albums. Now, there's a lot of debate on which rap album actually had the first parental advisory sticker because some people say it was Ice T's Rhyme
Mm.
Page, excuse me, because it had a sticker that said this. Hold on, let me show y'all. Let me show y'all. Actually, 'cause I feel like I have to better explain this to y'all when I show it to y'all.
Yeah. I
Alphabet
don't.
against
I
alphabet.
honestly don't even. I don't even remember the first rap album I bought that had a sticker on it. I'm trying to think back. Um, Raising Hell had a sticker on it when it first came out?
Nah,
I don't think it did. No, I don't even
nah.
remember.
So right here it says explicit lyrics, parental advisory. This was like one of the first early examples because the official parental advisory sticker has this shit right here. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
but people also said that the Move Something album was the first one. So I feel like the Rhyme Page was the first. It might not be the official
Right.
parental advisory sticker that we are used to, but it's still a parental advisory sticker if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So because we have to thank Prince for that. When
Right.
Tipper Gore heard the Darling Nikki song from her daughter, she organized this whole parents against. I forgot what exactly it was called. Y'all know
Purple
what I'm
Rain
talking
didn't have a sticker, right?
about. It didn't. It didn't.
Okay. I honestly don't remember the first rap album I bought with a sticker on it. It might be the late. What about King's first album? Did it have a sticker?
Nah.
No.
Wait,
All right,
actually,
so it has to be. It has to be
hold on.
probably 89 or 90.
Yeah, because it didn't. Those stickers didn't really start happening to like the whole gangster rap.
Right.
Yeah, man. Because I know some albums got reissued, and then they want to add the whole
Right.
Prince Advice sticker and shit too. So, but yeah, man. I feel like once like the NWAs and the Ice T's and the Two Live Crews started
Houdini.
coming.
The who see like, but I started buying. Well, I bought like albums on vinyl and then cassette, but it wasn't like it was when rap was just starting, and they didn't have stickers on like UTFO and Run DMC back then. You know what I'm saying? Houdini, I don't need, not even for them either. So it had to
Nah,
be like 89 or 90. Like De La Soul first album, that had a stick on it.
nah,
That didn't have a stick on it. De La Soul did
nah.
have a sticker,
I
I think.
believe De La Soul's Dead had a sticker.
Yeah, I think that had a stick on it. So it might have been like 89 or 90 is when I started noticing the stickers. Like before then, they wasn't putting like parental advisory stickers on rap albums.
Oh wow, yeah, man. But other than that, this is the album cover right here. Again, they weren't wasting no time with shit like that. I don't want to get retry ban and shit too, so I don't know how YouTube's
I
gonna
don't. I'm
react.
still trying to decide if I'm gonna have the regular thumbnail with the ass out or just the band cover. I like the regular cover. I don't want to put no censorship. Like, come on, YouTube, they gotta stop the bullshit.
Yeah, yeah. All
What
all
year was
natural.
that? What year was that again?
1989.
Oh, 89. Yeah, so that like it had to be like 89 is when they started really like focusing on putting stickers on rap albums.
Right. Yeah, and I think this is a reissue because it has like all the albums and stuff like that
Wait a
too.
minute, wait a minute. But Slick Rick, his first time didn't have a sticker.
That had a sticker.
But that was 88.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 88. I could have sworn Kane's first album had a sticker on it for some reason. Yeah, so like really like 88 is when they really started like putting stickers on those albums.
man. Yeah, man. That's the history of the whole parental advisory sticker. You know what I'm saying? So, how many songs this album has? This album has about 16 tracks. Let me check. 18 tracks, excuse me. And this album was so controversial that they actually did a clean version the same year, talking about as clean as they want to be. And I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you the
It,
album
it
cover
don't
right
hit the
here.
same though. It don't hit the same. Like
It's like
they had to be explicit for what they were. Oh, they actually kept the bleeps in the song.
yeah, most of them they kept the bleeps,
That's whack.
and then they put songs out like the clean version. It don't have me so horny. You know what I'm saying? They took off Dick Almighty. You know what I'm saying? They took off put it in the buck, but they added some. Oh, actually, they do have me so horny. They just rearranged the track
But
listing and shit. Okay.
it's the clean version though.
Yeah. But they did have their version of Pretty Woman. You know the song by Roy Orbison. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Which is crazy because I think Roy Orbison actually, or his label actually sued them, for a sample clearance. But that's another story for a different day. All right. Yeah. 18 tracks. Let's get this shit started. Track number one, Me So Horny. If you ask me, this is like the most signature song. If you ask me, you know, this might be like the one of the most controversial songs from that year and shit too. You know what I'm saying? Just them talking about getting ass, getting some pussy. It uses the sample of mass production and shit too. Yeah, man. I just love the way how Brother Marquis starts the song like sitting in that hole with my dick all hard. So I got the black book for a freak to call. Picked up the telephone, then dialed a 7 digits. Said, "Yo, this Marquise baby, are you down with it?" And yes, I'm gonna be saying some lyrics on this old album, so I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck
80,
tonight.
well,
You know what I'm saying?
Public Enemy first album had a stick on it. The Yo Bum Rush the Show.
That did?
I mean, I'm looking at. I never bought. I'm looking at the picture. It has the sticker on it though. Unless that was later on. Maybe that was later on.
Yeah, probably that's a reissue or something,
That might be
but
reissued. Yeah, that's a
interesting.
lot of these albums. I don't remember the stickers with them. Yeah. I like the beat. The beat was cool. It's a lot even for I think this album like for this year like it's definitely one of the most nastiest albums I've ever heard. You know what I'm saying? Like like when this album came out, this is an album that I definitely could not have played loud in my stereo at like 11, 12 years old compared to NWA. I would have gotten away with playing NWA compared to this album. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah,
NWA wasn't as raunchy as Two Live Crew, but yeah, I like the beat.
yeah, it's a pretty dope beat. All right. Next track, Put It in the Book. This is like their version of like a little novelty song, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Put it in the book. Self-explanatory. Just bend over. Let's do this shit doggy style. If that makes sense. Pretty cool song. Like the beat to it.
Yeah, the beat was fire. I like the beat. Most of the production on here I like because it just reminds me of 80s rap and how
Right.
it used to sound. Yeah,
Yeah, that minimalistic kind of sound and shit.
right.
Alrighty.
Sometimes less is more.
Next track. You said what?
I said sometimes less is more. Sometimes you need that minimal production.
Exactly. All right. Track number three, Dick Almighty. This is actually my favorite song off this whole album. It uses the craft work. the Kraftwerk sample, that din 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 din, din. Like everyone knows that sample. I want to say Jay-Z used that for "Always Be My Sunshine." You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah, man. Very, very, very dope track. They were just going in on this record right here. I love the line where Fresh Kid Ice says, "She'll climb a mountain, even run the block, just to kiss the hand of this big black cock. It'll tear the pussy open, causing satisfaction. The bitch won't leave. It's fatal attraction." You know what I'm saying? I feel like Fresh Kid Ice had the best lines on this whole
Right.
fucking album, on the whole
Yeah,
fucking song and album. To be real
he
with
did.
you, this was definitely a highlight of the song and shit. This, if there was one song you want to get on the explicit version, this wouldn't be it.
Yeah, it was he did his thing on that. Fresh Kid Ice did his thing. Beat was fire.
Definitely fire. All right. Next song we got is "Come On Babe." Now, originally, this was supposed to have been the first single off this album. Originally, you know what I'm saying, and it was actually the first song they actually did for the album. But they settled on picking "Me So Horny" because I feel like "Me So Horny" definitely had a better bite. But this is actually one of Luke's favorite songs on this record too, and I can kind of see why,
Mhm.
because he just felt like, I think he just like the lyricism on this one definitely did it justice and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? What I got from this song called "Come On Babe" is pretty much self-explanatory. This mom is begging the girl to get some buns and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Trying to persuade a girl and shit too. So definitely a highlight song in my opinion.
This song was everywhere.
It was
I
what?
remember hearing this. We talking about "Come On Baby," right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember hearing this song. Somebody was blasting it, out of their car, and it was crazy. Even at that age, it was like, um, yeah, definitely one of the nastiest songs on this album. And I like the beat. I told you, like, a lot of the production is still dope because it still bangs. You know what I'm saying? It's just besides the run. It's like when I look at them, it's like besides the raunchiness, what else did they offer? What else did they talk about? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I definitely understand that point, but I mean, and that's one of the things I liked about like that Two Live Crew and shit like that. They knew for a fact they weren't the most lyrical and shit, but their charisma and their prowess is what really made it up for them and shit too. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
yeah, track number 5. Yeah, track number 5, "Dirty Nursery Rhymes." So if it was the year was 1989, and at that point, one of the best and most controversial comedians at the time was Andrew Dice Clay, and the Dice Man would always used to make these little nursery rhymes like the "Rockabye Baby" on the tree top, your mother,
I remember,
shit like
I
that. You
remember
know
that.
what I'm saying? So
I remember that. Hickory
they pretty
dickory
much,
dock, or some shit like that. I remember when I used to watch his stand up. I remember he used to make those shit up.
oh, this nigga's, the Dice Man. You gotta love him and shit. But
He was crazy.
yeah, man. But so they wanted to actually do their own Andrew Dice Clay S kind of that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So they got like a lot of nursery rhymes and children's stories that made them all perverted and shit like that too.
Right.
This kind of like broke down the barriers for like songs like Ice Cube's "Gangsta's Fairy Tale." You know what I'm saying? And even when we just talked about the Grave Diggers with the Fairy Tales
Mhm.
song from that the Sick, the Shovel, that album and shit
Right.
too. So yeah, so this one pretty cool song.
Yeah. This definitely reminded me of Andrew Dice Clay and his stand up back then, and when he used to make up these nursery rhymes and they were dirty, and it was cool. I like the beat for that.
Definitely. Next track is "Break It On Down." Very, very dope track right here. You know what I'm saying? Break it on down is just pretty much Brother Marquise and Fresh Kid Ice doing what they do best. You know, just rhyming their asses off. One of the more lyrical tracks off this album. I fuck with
It was cool.
it.
It was alright.
Alright, next song is Two Live Blues. Honestly, man, Two Live Crew did not have the most creative use when it came to the titles and shit. It's gonna be, but let me stop.
You
Let me
think?
stop.
You think?
Okay. So this one features Marquise, Luke, and even Fresh Kid Ice, and everybody from Two Live Crew actually rapping. Excuse me. And you know, Two Live Blues is pretty much just first of all, the song don't even sound like a blues record. It
Right.
definitely has a it definitely has like a more R&B ish kind of, but like but filtered out, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Again, I feel like Marquise definitely started it off right. You know what I'm saying? I like the line when Luke says, "Come lay your black ass down right beside me. Hold on to my dick when I grab a little bit of that pussy. Suck it right, bitch. Suck it all night. And if you ask me to eat some pussy, I choke your black ass all night." Like,
Wow. Bars.
yeah, bars, man. Shit. Well, at least Luke said he wasn't the best rhymer, but at the same time,
Yeah.
he had charm. He had charm, if that makes sense. So this one's a winner for me.
Oh man.
Yeah, I told you I
You,
was gonna read
you,
some.
you call that charm? Oh man. Man. I don't know what to say about this song. It's
You
a
know what
lot
to
of
say?
some of these songs I had to laugh at. I'm like, yo, what the fuck was they saying on here, yo? Like, you know,
Shit. Shook this black ass. Yeah, this is an album that would not be made today. Can you imagine the controversy this album would face if it was made today, man? I
right?
mean,
You think the mayor over here wanted to ban drill rap? He definitely would have tried to ban the album if it came out now.
exactly,
You know,
exactly.
what are these kids listening to?
Shit, we want the Fat Boys back and shit. Mm, mm. Anyway, next track, I Ain't Bullshitting. Just to let you guys know, this is like their equivalent to EPMD's Jane, Redman, Superman Lover. They had song the I Ain't Bullshitting where they would just drop some spoken word knowledge. Well, let me not say knowledge though. Let me just say this. Let's just say they're speaking their mind. They're speaking their mind. To me, my favorite I Ain't Bullshitting, I want to say was I Ain't Bullshitting 2 when they were dissing the fuck out of Salt and Pepper and Kid and Play and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? And Donnie Simpson from Video Soul fame.
What
You
he
know what I'm
do?
saying?
Donnie Simpson. What he
No,
do?
because I think it was Kid and Play and Salt and Pepper. They did an interview with him. They're talking about how they felt like Two Live Crew was a bad influence and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? So Luke didn't like that shit, so that's when he threw shots at them. Played the next question.
Mm-hmm.
Then me as Kid and Punk as Play. Yeah, it's Kid and Play versus Two Live Crew. That's you got the most obscene hip hop group going after the most clean cut hip hop group. Like, come, it's Kid and
Man.
Play. It's Kid and Play, man. I love Kid and Play though, but still. All right, but back to the I Ain't Bullshitting. He used this track to talk about how he was pretty much just throwing shots at New York hip hop at the time because of the fact how they were touring a lot with like a lot of. He told us about how they were touring with Run DMC and pretty much Run DMC was taking over the whole show, and the promoter was like, "Well, you only got like 6 minutes left," and they got so upset that they had a song. They took the beat for Run DMC's "My Adidas," and then they said something like "My penis" or "My dick." They he Luke Luke had his autobiography. He explained the whole situation, his
Mm.
autobiography and whatnot. So pick that up. That's a pretty good read. I had to use that when I did the Dr. Dre and Luke beef battle and shit like that too. So that's very interesting.
I
Good.
mean, it was okay. Look, the thing is, New Yorkers
He's
did not play Two Live Crew and certain artists. You know what I'm saying? And I think I don't even want to say it was more about the location. I feel like it was more about the sound than the location. Because if they could play Dre and Snoop and they wasn't from New York, but their sound was just the fire that you couldn't deny it. I felt like that could have happened for Two Live Crew as well. But like I said, the Miami bass music was not for us. It was not for New York.
right.
That is more down south than up here. Even now, they don't play that shit up here. You know what I'm saying? When if you playing if you at a cookout or a party, they're not throwing on Two Live Crew up here.
They're not.
You know what I'm saying? But like I said, like me being so versatile in music, I knew what it was from when they came out and the whole Miami bass sound because Miami has they have certain artists that they play more than others down there. I've seen it when I went down there, but back when Rick Ross was when Teflon Don was coming out, that's all they played was Blowing Money Fast, BMF. So they played a lot of Rick Ross, a lot of Plies, you know, you know what I'm saying? A lot of Jeezy and DJ Drama, but they still fuck with the hip hop up here. But it probably would be different for different regions and areas. But yeah, they wasn't fucking with Two Live Crew up here, so I don't think you know Luke really can't be mad at that. I mean because it's Run DMC. They one of the best groups all time. Like you really gonna argue about how would you try to how would your set try to be if you going on after Run DMC? It's like how you gonna be better than them? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You I've heard in interviews like when Kevis One had that beef with PM Dawn at that show and Black Sheep had to go on after that. How you topping what Kevis One just did by when he threw off Prince to be off the stage? How you topping it? You know what I'm saying? So it was like, yeah, like I could see why Luke would be mad about that, but it's like, yo, New Yorkers are stuck in their ways when it comes to shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is for them. You know what I mean? So I can't get mad. I can't get mad that he was mad that they didn't get enough time on stage after Run DMC because Run DMC was running shit on the charts here. You know what I'm saying? At that time, it was Peter Piper and My Adidas and Walk This Way is Tricky. That's
Yeah.
all. For them, it was like, yo, they from here, they're gonna get the most respect than everybody else. You know what I'm saying? But you know,
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely see your point about that. I can see why they got disrespected. I can definitely see because it's just like Southern hip hop really just correlation became East Coast hip hop. I think
it's
the West Coast was more
it's like, and
accepting
then
to
it's
it.
like
In my
it's like you're basic, and you're calling out you're calling out Kid and Play and Salt and Pepper. There's two groups from here that was well respected and they played a lot of Kid and Play and Salt and Pepper here. Those are legends. You know what I'm saying? It's, especially when you're going after Salt and Pepper. Like Salt and Pepper was like the biggest female rap group ever. So of course people gonna have a problem with that.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Kid and Play is the only group still. to this day with their own Saturday morning cartoon. Nobody else has that. Not Ghetto Boys, not Wu-Tang Clan, not Outkast, not Dog Pound. None of them have that. They're the only ones. They were huge over here. So when you're taking shots at these groups, people gonna start to not fuck with you. They're gonna tune you out. Like yo, like oh, Two Live Crew dissing Salt and Pepper and Kid and Play. We're not fucking with them. That is what it was.
Exactly. All right, man. Next song is called "The Fuck Shop." Wait, excuse me, I skipped one. "Get Loose Now." That's the next song. What did I say for "Get Loose Now"? Uh, the best way to describe this song: Miami bass mixed with boom bap, especially because it uses that those same drums that the Beastie Boys use for the new style.
Right.
One of my favorites from License to L, in my opinion. But yeah, it's this one. I mostly like this one for the beat. To be real with you.
Yeah, the beat was fire. You know, um, I think that shit would be like that sound is better for like the clubs. You go to like a strip club, you could bump that in there.
Definitely, yeah. It definitely had that strip club kind of feel to
Yeah.
it. Track number 11. If you believe in having sex. No, actually, no. Damn. I'm tripping. Track number 10. Now we at the fuck shop. Now we at the fuck shop. Fuck shop. I love the use of the rock samples that they use. They use a
Yeah.
sample of Van Halen talking about love, and then they want to throw in Guns N' Roses' "Sweet Old Child of Mine." You know what I'm saying? Again, we're dealing with like a lot of music diversity when it comes to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Pretty much what I got from this track, "The Fuck Shop," just just pretty much them trying to do like their own rock and roll kind of thing and shit like that too. So I definitely like this song. It's definitely an acquired taste for some. So
I like it. I like that they use the rock guitars on the beat, and it was dope. You know what I'm saying? Like the production for me was not a problem. It's just this is an album that like you know what I'm saying? Like now like for adults could bump this shit, but like a 12-year-old that's you know they can't bump this album. Even now. They you know what I'm saying? This is
right,
not an album for kids. Like this is an album for adults. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but the production was good on this track.
yeah, very, very, very good. Um, track track number 11. If you believe in having sex, this is like a call and chant kind of song. You know what I'm saying? Um, Funny as fuck though. Again, self-explanatory. Just one of those call and chant songs.
Yeah. This is like Uncle Luke's thing. He was always good at the call and chant songs, for the clubs. It's like a club song, you know what I'm saying? It was dope.
Right. Track number 12. My Seven Bizzos. I was surprised that they used a sample of Jimi Hendrix on Voodoo Child.
Right? The
That
state let them use it.
you said what?
That's it. The Jimi Hendrix estate let him use it.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess so.
Wow,
Cause
it's
I didn't.
wild.
I'm not reading. That's wild, man.
Yeah,
Cause Jimmy doesn't really get sampled a lot when it comes to like hip hop tracks. So
right.
yeah, but it's My Seven Bizzos. Very very dope track right here. One of my all time favorite tracks off this album. You know what I'm saying? It's just pretty much Brother Marquise talking about how he has like a different girl each day of the thing. Like he has girls from France. He has a girl named Wanda who looks like Jane Fonda. You know what I'm saying? What
Jane
Jane
Fonda.
Fonda? I
Jane Fonda.
mean, if it was back at that time. I mean, she's always been beautiful and whatnot, but I think back at that time, I think the '80s, you was just sexy as fuck though. So I mean, you into white girls, man. You into white girls. You know
Bony
that's what
white
it.
girls, I guess. Jane Fonda with the workout tape. That Jane Fonda.
I believe so, man.
Wow.
Daughter of Henry Fonda.
Oh man.
Then I love what he said about this girl named Trina. On Thursday, there's Trina. Her perfume lingers. She likes to suck my dizzle, my tizzle, and my finger. On Friday, there's Francis who likes to take chances. When her husband's at work, she does me dirty dances. Like
Oh,
Jesus,
man.
like Brother Marquise is a wild boy, man.
Wow. Okay. I like the Jimi Hendrix sample. That's about it.
All right,
Girl that likes to
next
suck his
track.
Tizo. Wow.
So what?
Is that what he said? He likes a girl that like to suck his Tizos.
Yeah, it's Tizzo.
Man. Wow.
Mm. Next track, Get the Fuck Out of My House. Self-explanatory. You know it's 1989, so you know you had to have a hip house track. You know what I'm saying? Probably one of my least favorite tracks off this album. To be real with you, when it comes to house music, just leave that to the native tongues. That's all I gotta say. Like Jungle Brothers, Queen Latifah, just leave that to them, please.
Yeah, if I was if I was playing this album at 12 years old, that's exactly what my mother would have said. Get the fuck out my house. Oh man.
Mm,
Yo. Yeah, just the house thing is not for them.
nah, it's like y'all all the rock, like the rock shit. I don't mind the rock shit, but leave the house shit to Jungle Brothers, please.
Crazy.
All right. Next joint, reggae joint. I wonder what this song's about. Yeah, this was just them doing reggae. You know what I'm saying? So, it's alright.
And that's a reggae beat that everybody used in reggae. Like that beat was used by everybody. They took like the most, popular reggae beat at that time and just, round over it.
Right. Oh well. All right. Next track we got is Fraternity Record. This another track that probably will not go over too well. Pretty much just saying fuck every sorority and fraternity, like fuck the Deltas, the Zetas, the Omega, fuck everybody and shit. You know what I'm saying? Very again, I'm not into that whole fraternity shit, so I could care less.
Those
But it's
those
kind of
fraternities got
wild.
freaks in it though. They got some freaky bitches in those fraternities though.
I know,
You know what I'm saying?
I
I
know.
think that's probably why they did it. That's like an ode to the freaky bitches in the fraternities.
Mm,
Frat chicks, right?
all
Crazy.
right,
Yeah.
all right. Ne- Next track is called "Badass Bitch." Um, what did I say for "Badass Bitch"? Yeah, this one was alright. It was kind of it was alright, you know. Actually, no. Scratch that. This one was a dope one. This one was a dope record right here. Like I said, I like this one mostly for its beat. You know, I felt like that beat was very ill and shit. If you had like a nice speakers, I would definitely play that shit.
Badass bitch. Yeah, the beat was dope.
All right. Next track we got is called Mega Mix 3. Um, again, just like with the I Ain't Bullshitting, the Mega Mixes was like a staple when it came to Two Live Crew. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the DJ track. So yeah, it was alright.
Was it really needed though? Did we really? That could have been like a part of the intro. You know what I'm saying? Like have your DJ do
Yeah,
the intro for the album. They put it so low on the album track listing. You know.
They want to show people they weren't always talking about sex a lot, you know.
Right.
Alright. And the last track is called Coolin'. Now, this one right here is a record that is very different when it comes to like a lot of the other songs on this album. They're
Hmm.
not talking about like pussy. It's just pretty much just talking about, just a fun time that the group has had and pretty much just like what they've experienced, in the music business. That sample has been used so many times in hip hop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I actually like this song. To be real, I actually like this song. Does it fit the album? Absolutely not. But
That's
I'm down.
it's
I'm
the
down for it.
it's the it's the cleanest song on the album.
It is the clean.
You
It is
know
the cleanest song.
that's why they put it
It
on
is
there last. It's the cleanest song on the album.
like this is their NWA. This is the days are way back. This is their, you
Right.
know. Let's do something positive and shit. All right.
That was the it was a good day song.
Yeah. It was a
You know.
good day before it was a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So overall, I'm gonna be very honest. I love this record. I don't give a fuck what no one tells me. It's not the most lyrical. It's not the most conscious album. Hell, as far as sex raps go, I've heard better, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But the charm of this album is what really got me. I feel like this album has like a lot of charm. I feel like they weren't trying to like sugarcoat shit. They were just three brothers, talking about pussy and just getting their dick sucked and getting their feet licked and shit like that. Having anal sex, oral sex, licking nipples. You know what I'm saying? Sucking clits, all that fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? This is the perfect album for y'all and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hip hop can come in different forms, different sizes, and stuff like that. So when I give this rating, I'll be very honest. I'm gonna give this a 4.3 out of 5.
Wow. I like the production. I think the '80s style production and the rock samples with fire.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what's his name? Fresh Ice or whatever. He was
Yeah,
dope.
first kid. Yeah,
Fresh Kid Ice. He really to me is the only like dude in the group of bars. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you want to call it. But yeah, like this is a rap album for adults. Like I don't think any kid could bump this loud at the house. This is definitely an album that you have to like listen to. If you underage, it's definitely an album you have to listen to with your headphones on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was risque. It was explicit. Everything. It was everything that rap that the white people was afraid of when it came to rap music.
exactly.
And salute to Uncle Luke for that, for being an artist and speaking his mind and putting out the music that he wanted to put out. If you didn't like it, you gotta hear it.
If you don't like it,
Which is
suck, suck.
which I still say that today is like I know so many hip hop heads and they complain about the mumble rap and shit. It's like you know your lane and you know the artists that you're gonna listen to. So if you don't fuck with you know the mumble rap, then don't listen to it. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? The world is not gonna stop because I don't fuck with Little Yachty. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm not gonna lose no sleep over shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I've been listening to music for 45 years. I know what artists that I like and what artists that I don't like. So I'm not losing sleep over not listening to mumble rap and trap and all that shit. If you don't fuck with them, don't listen to them. It's that simple. You know what I'm saying?
You
So
right about that.
um, you know what I mean? I love the production and yeah, it was an interesting album to listen to. But I'm not a Two Live Crew fan like that. I don't think I'll be listening to any more of their shit.
Respect.
Yeah,
All right. Well, I'm gonna end off this video right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go watch some Power and shit. But little announcement. So Saturday at midnight is gonna be Yo-Yo with "Make Way for the Motherload." Really can't wait to talk about that album. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Really can't wait to talk about that. Sunday, Shalimar Big Fun. That's gonna be midnight as well too. And we actually got a good schedule coming this week.
yeah.
We actually got a very good schedule. All I'm gonna reveal for right now is that we're gonna talk about Lil Wayne the Carter 2 sometime this week too. You know what I'm saying? So really can't wait to talk about that one. I haven't. It's been a year since I've heard that record.
Great album. He was in his bag
Yes,
on that album.
yes, yes.
Definitely.
This was when the mixtape. This was like when
Yeah.
mixtape Easy, man. He was just
Mixtape
killing
Weezy was
shit.
it was him and 50 that was killing it mixtapes. Everybody
Exactly,
else was following them, trying to catch up.
exactly,
Like we're gonna talk about it because for me, I feel like if it wasn't for the East Coast and New York, Little Wayne wouldn't be where he's at right now. When people put Weezy in they top 10 all time, he wouldn't have that if it wasn't for us. Because he before
exactly.
then he was just saying shit like Rody and doing the block is hot. When he hit that mixtapes and he was dropping the Carter 3 trilogies and the sessions and all that, the Empire mixtapes and all that, New York embraced him. And we wasn't bumping Wheezy before then. So it's like when Carter 1 and 2 dropped, it was a wrap. Like him and 50 was killing the mixtape scene. Everybody else was trying to catch up to them. You know what I'm saying? Now look at him. Now he's one of the best ever.
Exactly. He's a legend. He's a goat for a
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, man. Without further ado, this Two Live Crew album. This album, I want to say it's still in print.
Is
It's
it?
just kind of hard. It's kind of hard to come by and shit. Yeah.
Is it because of the album cover?
Yep. It's because the album cover, the lyrics, because of everything.
That album cover is classic. That's a classic album cover.
I know.
You know what I mean? They don't do album covers like that no more. Everybody wants to dick ride Griselda and make all these holier than thou fucking album covers and shit with Jesus Christ. I'm like, come on, stop it.
Calling themselves Hitler and
Yeah,
shit like that.
yeah.
Like, nigga,
They want to do all these holier than thou album covers and you know all these angelic covers and shit. Like, stop that, man.
like, nigga, please.
You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of funny if you think about it.
Why? Why? What's funny about it though? It's
Because it's like,
it's it's what Raekwon and Ghost was saying on the Cuban Link with Shark Bodies. Like you biting my album cover. Remember they, you know what I'm saying, was attacking Biggie for Ready to Die. But Ready to Die looked like Illmatic. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
That was even on the cover and shit.
Now everybody got an album cover that look like Griselda. When West Side Gun started that shit, everybody's doing the same shit.
Mm.
They got the same album cover.
It's like, be original, man. I'm telling you.
You know what I mean? They don't want to take a risk no more and do something daring. Everybody they're just let's just follow the hot trend. We're gonna follow what West Side Gun did.
Right.
You know,
But yeah,
using the same producers.
same style and shit.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah. But other than that, I'm gonna see you later on. I'll hit you up later on and whatnot. And hope everyone has a good night. Peace.
We'll be back Saturday.
Yeah, subscribe to
Saturday.
this channel.
Yes.
And I'll be back on my channel on Tuesday.
Thank God.
All right. Peace, bro.
All right. Peace. We out.